from the farmers market page and from my page, all that.
Yes. Hey, everybody. We are here at Portland Chamber Connections, and we're coming on today to talk a little bit about the farmers market. I know everybody's excited about the market opening. We've all been social distancing, so we've all been trying to just have any kind of interaction. But we also are wanting to make sure we can get our fresh fruits and vegetables and meats and all of that. So got people joining, so let's let some people hop on here. Hey, Michele, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm actually, while we're waiting on people to jump on, I'm going to go share this to the farmers market page and to the Harbin Hollow page and to the Michele Harbin personal page. The more the merrier, right?
That's right. That's right. More people that can find out about it, the better off we'll be. Whew, I'm looking at my hair in this video, and I really need my hairstylist to be able to go back to work.
Oh, I know. I know. I know. I know. Luckily, I got my hair done the week before, like that week of spring break or whatever. So I got lucky.
Yes, I feel for them. They're going to have an overload of work to catch up on.
Oh, I know. And they're itching to get back to work. And they're scared to death of what everybody's done with box coloring.
Yes. They cringe every time they see, they said that the whole shelves were missing of coloring at the store.
That's the newest thing. That's the newest thing.
Right.
Now, I'm going to call her out, but, Kim Harbin is my neighbor, and she got some spray. Like that washed it out. And one time she says, now, if it rains today, it's gonna be running down my head.
Yes, I'm not sure what this is running down your face. So, well, we've got some people on. So again, this is Portland Connections, and we are joined by the director of the farmers market, Michele Harbin. So welcome, Michele.
Hi, thanks for having us on today.
Yes, we're so glad that you were able to take over the farmers market and the organizing of that, because it's something that everybody has fallen in love with, and you hate to see it go away. So
yeah, you know that it took some convincing, and I was back and forth, and now, like, with our current climate and everything that's going on, I'm so glad that I took it over, because it's given me something to do, and it's working towards a goal that is great for the community and for Tennessee agriculture. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited that it all worked out the way it did, even though I was very resistant at first.
And it is a perfect fit for you. It really is.
It ties in, everything that, as far as my values and beliefs when it comes to my business and overall health and wellness. So yeah, it all ties together nicely, and I'm really excited. And Lisa has done a great job for the last 3 years. This was her baby. It was her idea, and she is the one that brought this to conception, and has nurtured it and nurtured those farmers, and they were very fond of her, and so I already know I have some big shoes to fill.
So. You do have some big shoes to fill, and she made sure that it was run very well, and it was a lot of options, but there was not too much of one thing, so that people weren't competing against each other. That wasn't the whole purpose of it. So she done a great job to make it a very well-run farmers market. And I know you'll continue to do the same.
Yeah, and everyone had great things to say about her and about how organized it was. And then, of course, I'm enlisting the help of some volunteers. The Portland Pay It Forward, Ashley Anderson and her team of volunteers are going to be assisting, so that we can have extra hands on deck, which will be very important, since we have had to amend some of our practices and implement some safety protocols with the current global pandemic. But I think it's going to be safe. A couple of things that I did in order for me to become better versed in the world of farmers markets, because obviously I've never been the director of a farmers market before. I love the farmers market, and I'm an advocate for it, and an avid shopper at the farmers market, but I've never been in charge of one. So I joined when I was at the Pick Tennessee conference back in the end of February, which goodness, can you believe I even got to go to that? That was like the last week before everything started getting canceled. But I sat in on some roundtable meetings with the Tennessee Association of Farmers Markets, and we have now joined the Tennessee Association of Farmers Markets. So I'm just kind of pulling best practices from other markets, big and small, just trying to figure out what all they're doing to what we can implement here that will work best for our market. So luckily we have big cheerleaders here in town from you, the chamber, obviously, and then also from the city. And the mayor is he's a big cheerleader in our corner. So we've got a lot of people that are cheering for us to make sure this goes off.
So first of all, when does it start?
May 14th. We're at, as of now. So it'll be every Thursday, probably through at least Labor Day weekend. And we are set to go. I'm going to be reaching out to the mayor. We're going to go out with the director of the street department and kind of map out a new layout for the vendors and try to space them out. You know, they at least have 10 feet between them because their tents are at least 10 feet. So that is at least spread out a good bit. And then we're going to make sure we have markers at each checkout tent that marks 6 feet, you know, just like when you go to O'Reilly's or anywhere else.
Right.
It'll just be outdoors, and then I'll have Ashley and her volunteers to help me get everything. And they'll be a good fit because they're already doing these food donations. So they're already taking extra safety protocols, and her team are already trained in that. So that'll be a good fit and an easy transition for us to work them in. But yeah, May 14th, Thursday from 3:30 to 7 every Thursday, rain or shine. I mean, unless it's just tornadoes, obviously.
Yes. Yes. So you want to tell us a little bit about what you're going to have at the farmers market?
Sure. Okay. So we're pretty much going to have the same vendors. So we'll have so lots of familiar faces. We'll have David and Lisa Ragland from Family Traditions. And if y'all follow them on Facebook, you know that their greenhouses are up and running, and they are picking and already selling tomatoes. And we all know David's tomatoes and corn, I mean, they're just hard to beat. So he's already up and running, and he's itching to get started. Wade Farms, and of course they'll probably have some. I haven't checked in with them in the last week, but they're probably going to have strawberries, I would hope.
Yes, I think they're starting next week. Last I heard.
And then we have Nature Works, which is Sean and Terry. They're awesome, and I've gotten to know them pretty well because they started keeping bees a couple years ago. And then, of course, you know, we just got bees. We have one hive, and we have 8 more coming on Friday for Harbin Hollow.
Oh, wow.
So I've gotten to know them through the North Tennessee Beekeepers Association. So we've connected, which I knew them from the market, but that's been cool. And so they have they have really cool, they have those cool dog treats. Remember, they make all the dog treats, and then they have all their different produce that they sell. And then they do some specialized honey because Ricker will be there with all of his honey, but they do creamed honey and some flavored honey. And I got some of their cinnamon honey, and it's really, really good, really good. Let's see, Cedar Grove starting in July. That's Mr. Cecil Fitz. He'll be here with his blackberries and his peaches. He comes later in the season because his harvest is a little later. And then we have our 2 meat farmers. We have Jay's Meats and More, who is from Adams, and they have a great following here in Portland. They've done a good job with reaching out to their customers and getting pre-orders now, and they're already selling out everything that they have processed. So they're doing really well. We're excited to have them back. And then from over in Cross Plains, we have Birds Berkshire. Daryl and his wife will be back. And they're fascinating. His story, the first time I called him, I sat and talked to him for 30 minutes on the phone, and we were just, you know, he is just so cool. And you know what they're doing is they're trying to get their place in Cottontown inspected so that they are raising the hogs there and processing it there and selling it there. So it's like from literally from farm to table from one spot, which is
That's
awesome.
it is awesome. Now I actually my kids went to school with Daryl's kids.
Gotcha.
So they played ball together. We had a lot of interactions with them. So great family, just a great
Oh, he
family
was
to deal
great.
with.
I enjoyed talking to him. And then of course we have Kevin. He'll be our honey man. Everybody knows Kevin Rickert, so we're excited to have him. I told him I was going to put him on speed dial for all my beekeeping questions. I don't know if he was too excited about that or not. We'll have Miss Hannah Lab from Little White House Apothecary. She will be back with all of her holistic and herbal remedies and soaps and gosh, what have I bought from her recently? I got like a hair conditioner treatment. She does facial mask and bath bombs and essential oil rollers, and she's got something for everybody. Teas,
And what did
especially
you say her name was?
Hannah Ladd, and that's the Little White House Apothecary. She does candles, all kinds of fun stuff. And then we'll have a variety of food vendors back. We will always have our coffee people, Blessed Day Coffee. That's Chris and Carrie. They were there last year. You may remember them doing beignets and fun coffee drinks.
Yes.
And then we'll have Big Papa, Mark Rice. He'll be back with his popcorn popper. And he always does some fun flavors and does things like along with the that are themed for holidays and different colors, and he does custom orders, so that's great. And then as far as food trucks, so far so on the first week on May 14th, we'll have Helen's Emmett Carter and her new truck with the catfish and everything that she offers, her hot chicken and all of that. And then Erica's Touch of Taste. And I've had a few other people reach out, and then a couple that were in the rotation last year that I need to reach out, and we got to get that scheduled. So a lot of good things. That's who all I have on the thing. Oh, and another thing, the Portland Pay It Forward ladies will have a booth there where the community can bring their food donations for their Friday food giveaway, or even anytime, if they're perishable, whenever they put them in the baskets. But so that's going to be a great way for them to collect donations and to bring people that may not have come to the market otherwise to come and shop and see. So
Well, I also think that'll be good for to get the word out about Pay It Forward. I know people that are on Facebook know about Pay It Forward. They see all the great things that they're doing, but people that are not on Facebook and don't find that, then they may not have the opportunity to know that they can donate food and that it's given out there. So I think it is a great fit for you to be able to have that there.
yeah, and this is not a one-man job to make
No.
sure this goes off without a hitch. And I've known Ashley for a little while, so I'm very excited to work with her and her team.
Well, we
Um,
have a question.
oh,
What about the guy that sold the yummy ice cream sandwiches?
oh, I can find out about that guy. It's funny because the guy that owns that ice cream truck or that little thing, he's actually like a teacher at Beach High School, which is my alma mater.
Oh,
I think he's like the DECA teacher or something. So I'll reach out to someone and see about that. But yes, those were so good. My kids loved those. I think the red velvet is one I got. That was like amazing. Of course, on a good hot day, you better eat it fast.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I mean, and the first few weeks, we're going to encourage people to try to shop by themselves if they can, to keep it from being a place where people are socializing. Hopefully, warmer weather starts to calm the virus, and we see all this taper off. But we still got to be safe for these first couple of weeks, and I'll start making some announcements on social media and trying to get the word out. But basically the same precautions you take anywhere to shop, we're all still having to shop. So
And I think that it'll be a good opportunity. You're outside, so it's not like you're
outside.
inside a closed area. And I think that it's going to be, like I say, just a great opportunity for us to begin this reintroducing ourselves to the world, maybe.
Mhm.
because we've been cooped up so long, been able to go to the grocery store and things like that. But this is an actual gives you another opportunity to be able to get out and to get the fresh air. So hopefully it won't rain.
Well, yeah, hopefully it won't rain. And you know, the other thing is these farmers that are harvesting this food are the only people touching your food. So
Right.
think about that. Think about the supply chain and how many people handle your apples by the time it hits the shelf at Walmart. You know, so there's a huge selling point there to shop with your local farmers who you know, who you trust, and it's just a short supply chain, you know.
And it tastes so much better.
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
I grew up on a farm. We had a garden that we could have probably fed all of Portland. But
That's pretty much what Harbin Hollow has turned into that Ronnie's been on. I was like, this we've got like 3 different plots throughout the park.
well, the problem with the garden is planting it was never the problem. It was what happens between planting it and harvesting it that was always the difficult.
The
You know,
weeding.
weeding was awful. That was the worst part. And the more you have, the more weeds you have. And so the weeding part, the keeping the bugs out of it because, or the deer, you know, if you have the deer that love
eating all our stuff.
so
Yeah.
it's a challenge in itself, but I do think that just eating things from the garden just are so much better. The corn is my favorite. I cannot wait to have fresh corn and
Mhm.
tomatoes. Fresh corn and tomatoes.
Yep. 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 We have all kinds of stuff planted, so we'll see what takes. Some of the stuff Ronnie started from seed, some I bought up in Scottsville at the Amish, and we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. That farmers market, you know, I did a CSA from Family Traditions when they were first like really getting into commercial farming. I guess it's probably been 5 years ago, and I had just moved to Portland, and I had seen them on Facebook or something, and David was doing CSA baskets, and so for all 3 years that he did that, I would get, you know, that's a great way to get food from these local farms is you just pay an upfront fee and then every week you get a basket of whatever it is they harvest. I loved that.
Well, you know, I actually buy half a cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so my daughter and I, we, you know, there's nothing better than that fresh meat.
Mm-hmm.
And so we actually do that, and it's just amazing to be able to have it in your freezer and always have something. I mean, now we eat chicken and other things too. We don't just eat beef, but it's always something that you have in your freezer to go to.
Yeah. Yeah. And we just split a cow with my in-laws next door. Somebody out of Glasgow, I think, had some. So we have full freezers. And I made bone broth with local chicken bones today from Hill Family Farm. I had 6 pounds, so I've got 3 gallons in the pressure cooker right now. But guess what I did?
So
I accidentally put curry powder instead of turmeric, so it may be it's curry.
hey, it'll just have a little different flavor, but
Food, it's fine.
so will you have a booth there? Will you be selling your Harbin Hollow?
I don't think I will. I just don't know that I can man that and the farmers market. Now I've reached out to I do have a local vendor that already sells my stuff that has some other things that they could offer from local growers in town. And I think they're interested. So I'm not going to announce that yet, but they may be able to sell it for me. And then I'm there. I can answer any questions, all that. But I just don't think I can man in the booth, you know, is
Yes.
you're talking the whole time, you know.
Well, you can also send them to Pied Piper and Bloomingdale's. I think you've got several places.
Yeah.
So you've
Now,
got several places.
Rubensville. So there's 5 places in town that people can go get it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that encourages them to shop
Elderberry
local.
syrup, and elderberry syrup is great. Well, it does. If someone doesn't know about it, it does require a conversation. So it is something that you have to talk about in a booth. It's not like somebody just comes up and gets their tomatoes, you know. And then, I mean, people don't need it every week. That's not something you're going to go home
Right.
and drink a whole bottle and then need it every week either. So
Right.
I got 900 pounds of local honey I bought today.
I saw the back of your truck. Yes. So, so what else have we got going on with the farmers market? Where everybody has really been worried that we would not be able to start the farmers market, and I know you've been
I
having.
was too. I was too, and it was all I could do not to email Mike Callis like every day. I was like, "He's busy, Michelle. Don't bother him. He's busy. It'll work out, you know." But I'm like, I just wanted to know where we were. But here we are. Let's see. So we'll be open in 2 weeks from Thursday. So just 16 days. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My initial thought is for this first season because first of all it's my first year, second of all because everything is a little bit wonky because of COVID-19. I just want to keep everything the way it was. I don't want to do anything flashy. I don't want to try to add any extra bells and whistles and all of that. I just want to make sure everyone has a good experience, the vendors and the shoppers included, and then as we grow we can, maybe look at doing some other things. I'd love one day to have some music or something under the gazebo, or, there's all kinds of things that we could do.
Well, and it's also probably good that we hadn't planned all of that because, again, we're not trying to make a gathering place for a few weeks. So, but I think that you could find people that would volunteer to come up and just play some music and kind of hang out too. So I think it would be a good add-on at some point. So there are a lot of things that we could add to
I'm
that.
hit you up for ideas. Don't worry.
So yeah, I'm excited. We've got somebody saying we'd play. So evidently we do have some.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be nice, right? Music just going through the whole right downtown there, and with our new mural that I haven't even seen yet.
I know we're very excited about that. That's going to be a great addition, and we have some great surprises coming about other murals. So,
oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, exciting!
So stay tuned. We'll have more exciting news coming soon.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's nothing too new. We're just gonna try to roll with it and see how it goes. And I really think we're going to have a great turnout. I think people are going to come out and shop. They want to support local. I think that's one thing that's going to come out of everybody being quarantined and all the everyone's finances being impacted and all that. I think people are a lot more mindful of where they're spending their money. And I'm always throwing out that stat: 65 cents of every dollar spent locally stays in the community, and if we can just keep telling people that, I mean, think about probably more than that stays in the community when you're talking about a farmer growing the food and then the people putting it on their dinner table. It's probably even higher percentage than that.
We did have somebody ask, and I answered it on here, but wanted to know where the farmers market's located. So I told them it was in the gazebo parking lot behind Milo's and El Azteca. So
yeah, right there downtown, right downtown. We got the new fancy digital sign out there now.
That's right.
Yeah, and so like I said, I'm going to get with Mike, and we're going to get out there and just map everything out and make sure I have the layout good and ready to go. But we're going to spread people out as much as we can. I don't think it's going to be necessary to do like a drive-through market. Some, down in Nashville, they're still doing that. And I think Nolensville did that last week. I think the Nashville has a good, those vendors have a good customer base who already order and pre-order online. I think that would be a hard transition for us to throw together in just a couple of weeks for our clients.
Well, I also feel like that the farmers market in Nashville has been going on during the shutdown, and we're opening up for retail and things like that tomorrow, actually. So the state of Tennessee opening up, I think it will change there as well. I think that they'll allow a few more things by the time ours is open. I don't think it will be drive-through only by then, too.
Yeah, me too. So it's exciting. I mean, we definitely just need to prioritize getting the food from our local farms to our local families,
And like I say, it is much better. We are, anytime you can get fresh from the garden or the greenhouse, because tomatoes, I'm ready for some tomatoes. And I think right now you have to get those out of the greenhouse. But
and David is ready. He's picking them. You can get green ones too if you're ready to fry them up.
Yes, Donna Sadler said she's having BLT tonight, and she got her tomatoes from.
So
Yes,
there we
yes.
go.
So
There we
somebody's asking, any chance Graphic Obsessions might have Spread Local Love 37148 shirts out ready for purchase? Well, I think you have to order those. So she doesn't pre-print those, and you have to order them because you have to choose what business you want the extra funds to go to. So with that being said, go order, and you can go across the street and pick up your shirt at
Yeah.
the farmers market. So you can
The
order those.
market is probably even a business on there that you can select. Because
If
I think we're
if
on.
Are you? If I was going to say, if you're not, you can always add businesses. So if there is a business that you want that for some reason was not put on there, which is very difficult to come up with a list of businesses that to just put on there. But if you put them, you can. There's an other. So if there is a business that you want to support that's not listed on there, all you have to do is type that in the other
And there you
slot.
go. I think we're on there, but if we're not, then the Portland, Tennessee Farmers Market will be just fine with taking a few dollars.
That's right. That's right. So the shirts are $20, and you get to choose where $10 of that goes to another local business. So I'm very excited.
Choose your color. You don't even have to everybody's not the same. I got a mint green, which matches Harbin Hollow's branding.
I think I got mint green too. I have to go pick mine up. I'm going to pick mine up tomorrow along with Strawberry Festival t-shirts.
I wore a strawberry shirt today just because I just felt like I should with you and, talking about community events in Portland, even though, but it's strawberry time,
I just heard from Donna Sadler with Graphic Obsession. She said, I would not count that out. She's thinking of having some ready in one color only. So she may have some that you can pick up that day.
There you go. Awesome.
Kathy Dixon has asked, there was only one farmer with organic crops. Will there be more this year?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask who all is organic certified. That is a very hard certification to get. It's not just about not spraying your vegetables or your crops. It is about fencing and certain areas covered, and it's a lot of things. So you can always, even if a farmer is not certified organic, you can ask them if they use organic practices. Okay, because it's expensive to get that certification, and sometimes it takes a long time. So I don't know. That's a good question. I will send that out into an email blast and see who all sells organic produce.
Well, I think everybody is ready to get farmers market going. I know everybody's disappointed that the Strawberry Festival is not going on, but I do know there are farmers that are opening up selling strawberries. Like I say, I think Wade Farms, my understanding is next week. I believe Bottom View Farms is opening up Saturday for pickup, and Bradley Country Acres is actually selling berries.
They're already doing that.
Yes, but you have to order, so you need to call and place your order, and they'll tell you when to come by and pick them up.
Yeah, I'm ready for strawberries.
I know everybody is. I actually got me a flat, and so I'm ready to make me a pie tonight.
Now I bought some from the quarterback club. They do a fundraiser, and you get them in February, and that's a tease. So we got a flat here, and I froze some, and I can't remember what I did. We made real strawberry smoothies and strawberry milkshakes.
I'm going to try this year. See, I don't normally get to do things with strawberries because they come in right at Strawberry Festival, and I'm so busy that I don't get an opportunity. I mean, I'm working all hours of the night, and I don't get an opportunity to go get the berries and put them up. But I'm actually wanting to make some freezer jam this year. It's my favorite.
What's freezer jam?
So it's like strawberry jam, but it's you make it, and you put it in the freezer, and then you pull it out, and it stays about a month after you pull it out of the freezer. But it's made pretty much like strawberry preserves. Yes, but you don't have to do any canning process. It's more of you just do it, put it in there.
You put it in a jar, a glass jar?
A glass jar, yep. Okay. And then you put it in the freezer. Yes.
Okay.
So I do have a tendency to go to my mom's and get stuff like that, but I'm going to try to do my own this time.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to I freeze them, put them on a sheet and then you have them all year round. I did find in my freezer and I have it thawing and we will probably have it for dinner tonight. So last year from my strawberries, I made a strawberry pound cake with strawberry cream cheese icing and I had a quarter of it that I froze. So I got that out. So we're going to eat that tonight. It's
That's
good.
awesome.
It's really good.
Awesome. So,
Good.
well, anything, I do want to make a comment. Everybody go out there and make sure you comment on this post as we're talking, because we will give you a chance to win 2 meals to LS Teca. We're supporting our local restaurant, so 2 meals from LS Teca restaurant, and then you can also win a Spread the Local Love 37148 shirt. So the chamber's purchasing those, and you get to choose where the $10 goes if you win the shirt. And so that actually helps out all of our local businesses.
Awesome.
So,
I can't wait to go sit down and have chips and salsa and queso at LS Taca.
me either. I'm very, it's not the same taking it home. Taking,
I get stuff. My 40th birthday, well, I'll be 42 in October now, but I did it here and we just did a big cookout. And I just called Cedric and I said, I need, chips and salsa for 40 people. And I left with a tub this big and jars of salsa. I still have some salsa in my freezer. But if anytime you just want chips and salsa, that is the way to go. It's way better than getting Tostitas and, the whatever.
it is. It is, and I have been ordering.
It's not more expensive.
No, I have been ordering and taking it home, but it's something about just sitting at the table in the restaurant. I did go to 109 Family Restaurant.
You don't get free refills at home.
That's true. And nobody's waiting on you at home either. But I did actually go to 109 Restaurant today, and I had meatloaf today. It was very good.
Nice.
So they're gradually opening. I think in the next few weeks we'll see that everybody will have the opportunity to get out and actually sit down and socialize a little bit.
Yeah.
In person.
I know. It's been so strange. It's just a roller coaster of emotions for me. Some days I'm good with it, and then other days I'm like, okay, I'm ready for human interaction, other than a 6 and a 2-year-old.
Well, as we were talking and you were listing all of your farmers, I put them on this on the thread here. So I listed all the farmers that'll be there, and we're excited. I know that you are. We'll hopefully have a ribbon cutting for the opening day. Hopefully we'll do that.
Oh yeah, let's put that on the calendar for sure.
Yes, and just kind of right before you do your first sale, we'll cut the ribbon again, because it's a grand opening every year.
It is a grand opening every year, and new director, new volunteers, and it's exciting. And I really am grateful for Lisa to entrust me with her baby too. We're very lucky to have a farmer's market and to have one with such great vendors that has been successful for several years. I mean, because you hear about them closing all the time.
You do. You
hear about
tough
experiences, and you hear about the vendors not being able to make money, and
Well, and I tell you that in order to keep the farmers market, we have to support the farmers market. So all that Michele does will not matter if we don't have people coming and supporting. So come out, support your farmers market, and help us to keep the farmers market. So come out every week, and you can plan your menu around it.
Yeah, and that's fun.
Yes.
It's like Chopped with your farmers market signs.
That's right. You just go and you get a basket and you start putting stuff in it, and then you go home and you say, what can I make?
Chopped, whatever's left in your fridge. Yeah.
That's right. So, well, I do appreciate you joining us. And Lisa did want to make sure that it went to somebody that had the same passion for it. And I believe, Michele, they have found the right person. And you are going to be an asset to the farmers.
Funny because before I started Harbin Hollow, my background for nearly 7 years was working in special events. So now this is kind of like my health and wellness, whole food nutrition coaching being combined with my event background. So that's fun for me. That's fun. It's going to be a fun hobby. That's what it is. I get to do it. And
that's right.
I did say, at least I get the lowdown on the local meat and the local produce, and I know what
That's
everybody
right.
have, and we can
That's
pre-order.
that's right. You get the first choice, right?
Oh, right. That's right.
So, well, Michele, thank you for joining us today, and we do appreciate all that you're doing and all your hard work with the farmers market. Still appreciate Lisa because I know that she has guided you through this process
Oh,
and got you where you're going.
she's not off the hook yet, but I did tell her. I said, "Well, you picked perfect timing to step away, girl.
Yes,
That's
you
in the
did.
middle of a global pandemic." She's
That's right.
been talking since January, so obviously she had no idea, but it's just funny.
Maybe she had some kind of vibe that something was going
Yeah,
to
she had
happen.
some kind of, butterflies in her stomach. I got to step away. No,
That's
she
right.
needs more time with her family. She's got a son that's in high school, and they're looking for all kinds of. She just needed more time, and I understand that. Family first, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, Michele, we do appreciate you joining us, and we will keep everybody posted on the farmers market and when that's ready to go.
So Portland, Tennessee Farmers Market on Facebook, and it's now at Portland TN Farmers Market on Instagram. I've only posted like one little thing, but I'm going to start utilizing that, especially the stories. I think that'll be fun on market day to have behind the scenes looks and try to promote that way, because I love that. That's fun. Those little videos.
Right. Right. And I think maybe even each week you maybe even kind of spotlight a farmer so that they
Yeah.
can tell about the farm even might be a good idea.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, because they're fascinating and they all have amazing stories to tell.
They do. They do.
All
Well,
right.
thank you. Thank you, Michele. We look forward to it. See
Bye.
ya. Bye bye.